I actually recently picked up some Mylar bags, and I'm going to show obviously how easy it is to store some of your own food. We obviously know that when it comes to any kind of preparations, any prepping, that you need to have adequate storage food. One of the ways to do that is to make your own storage food. Of course, as you guys know, I've purchased storage food from a reputable company called Food Insurance, but I also know that there are certain foods that they don't offer that I still want, such as the fact that I own an animal and I need to have storage cat food. So I'm going to show you basically how to do this. I bought a pack, I want to say it was like a 20 Mylar bags. They come in these really big Mylar bags. You can get them smaller. I believe you could even, if you wanted to, you can cut them smaller because all they are is heat sealed. That's if you want to go through that kind of trouble. But you get the bag, you get a bunch of the oxygen absorbers. Put your food in there with an oxygen absorber, and this should be good for up to 1 year. Obviously you want to get it as airtight as possible, hence using the oxygen absorber. So that one I did was actually rice, and so what I do, so I know exactly how much I have in here, I put here 9 cups of white rice. That's just all I had left. This could fit more, but that's all I had at the time. And then the date that I packed it, because I know that it's going to last about a year up to the date that I packed it. Now guys, you want to make sure that you're actually rotating your food. Don't store something and then never touch it again for a year. I suggest that you try to rotate your food within 6 months, because that way you're still being able to eat it while it's still pretty fresh. But if worst case scenario happens and you have to save it for longer, you have that option. Alright, so I'm going to show you how easy this is. We're going to store some cat food. So I have my Mylar bag here. I want to say they're supposed to be 1 gallon Mylar bags. Alright, and then I have my cat food. So it's literally as simple as transporting from one bag to the other. Now, for the rice, I used a cup. For this, I'm just going to pour. Alright, so when you get all the food in there, you want to take your oxygen absorber. Here's cat food. You want to get your oxygen absorber. Now, you don't want to just place it on the top and then seal it up. You don't want to bury it either, which is why I don't put it at the very bottom. What you want to do is you kind of just want to shimmy it in there, get it slightly covered to where you maybe only see the tip left. Alright? Just that way so it's getting the oxygen not only on the outside of the food but around the food. Alright? Then you simply pinch. Now there's going to be, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but there's a little notch here. This is the tear notch for when you do need to open it. So make sure you don't have food going past there. That's about 1 inch that they give you for your tear slot. So you want to make sure you pack it as well as you can, but you don't want to go on that. So what I'd suggest is hold your thumbs on the bag about where that is, shimmy it enough to flatten it out. And the way this activates, or the way the bag seals I should say, is heat. So only fancy invention you need is going to be your standard clothing iron. Alright, so you're going to make sure that you have enough space, and you're simply going to iron it. And this will create the seal. It'll be an airtight seal in combination with the oxygen absorber that we have in there. Now, you're not going to see this flatten out right away. I want to say it takes probably a good 15 minutes for the oxygen absorber to fully activate and take out all the oxygen. But the way it's advertised anyways is you only need 1 of those oxygen absorber packs for this size bag. Alright, so what I do just to make sure that I have the perfect seal is I flip it over and just iron the other side as well. I want to have the best seal possible. Alright, so that's it. Like I said, give it about 15-20 minutes for the oxygen absorber to fully activate. But there you go. Now you have your own Mylar bag storage food. The Mylar bags are perfect for storage of a lot of dry foods. I recently got a dehydrator, and we're going to be dehydrating a lot of fruits and veggies and storing those in Mylar bags. What I have in addition for those, though, since fruits are usually very moist, even after using a dehydrator, there's still a little bit of moisture there. So what I'll do is I also have moisture absorbers, so I'll put an oxygen absorber plus a moisture absorber. They're not really needed for stuff like the cat food and the rice. You don't really need the moisture absorber. I mean, you can do it if you want, but for me that's a waste. But for the fruits and veggies, I definitely will. So that's it. Store it away, make sure you label it, date it, and there you go. And as always, be prepared.